Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. We've got loads to get stuck into, including the fact that we could be edging closer to a deal for Mason Mount. We have heard from David Ornstein today that Manchester United have had a second bid rejected, but also that the deal is edging closer to being agreed, which would mean Mason Mount becomes a Manchester United player. We'll be getting stuck into that. We've got reports on Harry Maguire, Harry Kane, Scott McTominay, Axel Disasi. We got plenty to discuss in that video, so make sure you're sticking around for all of that. Make sure you're keeping it locked by hitting that subscribe button and get your comments in the comments below as well. Let us know if you think any of these transfers are likely. Do you want them to happen? Do you not want them to happen? Etc. etc. Get your thoughts in those comments below, and remember, we'll be here almost daily with content on the channel. We got a huge pre-season coming up as well. We got takeover stuff potentially happening. We've got transfer stuff potentially and hopefully happening. We've got loads going on, so make sure you're keeping it locked and hitting that subscribe button. The first story we're going to get stuck into today is from the Mail, and it's from them discussing Harry Kane's future. And it says, and now, bear in mind, we've got up into a point where we started with Manchester United being interested in Harry Kane. In more recent weeks, we've heard reports that United have kind of backed out of that because they feel like a deal is going to be difficult to make happen with Daniel Levy and all those kind of things. You've also got to consider the fact Harry Kane isn't really pushing for this move massively, is he? At least not publicly anyway, maybe behind the scenes. But to make these moves happen, you usually have to do something public. Now, these guys at the Mail are saying Harry Kane is still hoping Manchester United will resurrect their bid to sign him this summer, but his chances of leaving Tottenham hinge on Daniel Levy lowering his £100 million asking price and softening his stance. I cannot see Daniel Levy lowering the asking price for an English club. I remember with the Luka Modric thing, Chelsea were possibly going to sign him. He took less money from Real Madrid for Luka Modric. I don't think he'd be looking to make any deals happen. And I mean, by deals, I mean like bargains happen with any English club. Then the only way Manchester United get Harry Kane is if there's a huge transfer fee involved, 100, 120, 130 million pounds. Now, are we in a position where we can make that happen? You know, it's rumoured we've got about 100 million to spend. We've got to make sales as well happen. So, you know, we can be within FFP. We still haven't got the ownership situation sorted out. If we had new owners coming in and, you know, maybe Harry Kane would be a massive possibility. You know, new owners would want to make a star signing or a signing that, you know, can kind of coincide with their arrival at the club and show they mean business. What better signing than Harry Kane, one of the best strikers in the world? But he's not pushing for it enough. It doesn't look like United want to be messed about, and I totally hear that. As long as you can get a deal done for someone else. We've been linked with Rasmus Holland, etc. etc. So let's keep an eye on that one. Harry Kane's still holding out hope, but he needs to do something. If you really want to move, do something about it, because you can't expect the clubs to just do all the legwork. We also hear from reports in France that Manchester United are leading a race to sign Axel Disasi. Erik ten Hag will talk with the player shortly. Monaco want 40 million euros. Arsenal and Chelsea are also interested. Now, you'd be expecting United would want to bring in a defender, but you've also got the fact that Manchester United are in a position where, again, we don't know our total budget yet. We need to make sales happen. We need to see, you know, if we can get some of our priority signings happen. I doubt he would be a priority signing for Manchester United, and therefore it's probably one that happens in the window later on. Now, United could be in a position where we're speaking to agents and we're speaking to players and we're speaking to clubs and we're going, look, we want to sign so-and-so. We'll give him this much wages. We'll agree a deal to do this. But at the moment, we can't do the deal because we need to make sales happen or we need this takeover to happen. So then clubs are going to say, well, like Inter Milan have with Andre Onana and gone, well, show us if you're seriously interested, because we can't just take, you know, interest or reported interest, because, you know, if United are serious about something, you have to make something happen. Loads has been happening at Chelsea today. They've sold about 5-6 players, raising about 150 million pounds. Incredible stuff going on there. Arsenal have just given them like 50, 60 million for Kai Havertz. I actually think if Arsenal have got a position for him in their 11, which I think could be an issue. I know Erdegaard plays in like the attacking role, high up the pitch. I know he can play 8 as well. But I think Erdegaard will be ahead of him in the pecking order for a more attacking role just off the striker, if that's where Kai Havertz was to play. But yeah, I think it could be a good signing for the style of football. But is he going to start? Is he going to be a main man? Remains to be seen. But he's looking like moving. Chelsea are raising plenty of funds. United still waiting to see what can happen. Again, this takeover situation don't help. We hear from Graham Bailey from Sky. Harry Maguire's agents are trying to convince him to move to Italy, where he is wanted by Juventus, Inter and Milan. Harry Maguire, it's clear you're not wanted at Manchester United. Go and get a move, please. Get United 30, 40 million. Get yourself a move. Play week in, week out. Just time's time now. Time is time. Needs to be sorted out. And that's somewhere we can raise big funds as well. I actually think Harry Maguire would probably do all right in Italy. We also hear from TalkSport, again, take it with a pinch of salt, that West Ham are keen on signing Manchester United's Scott McTominay as they prepare for life without Declan Rice. Now, we've seen a lot of talk about potential swap deals, Maguire and McTominay for Declan Rice with money. Swap deals very rarely happen. It looks like Declan Rice is set for Arsenal or Manchester City anyway. So yes, maybe we're waiting for West Ham to get some money in, and then maybe they'll buy McTominay or Maguire or someone like that with the money that they bring in. But I can't see United being involved in a deal for Declan. Like, we can't even probably enter negotiations at this point, which means you're already left behind. You've got Arsenal trying to steal a march on Manchester City, and Manchester City, I'm sure, will enter the race at some point for that. So I don't see Man United signing Declan Rice, but I do see us possibly benefiting from the fact that West Ham will get lots of money, and maybe they can spend that on one or two of our players, or at least one of them. Because again, McTominay is one of those where we can raise funds selling him. He's not a bad player. I don't think he's good enough for Man United on a regular basis, but you can make money there selling him. Maguire the same. Need to make that happen and happen fast, so we can make our transfers happen, like the Mason Mount one. And as I said at the start, we've had an improved bid of £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons rejected by Chelsea, but it has been counter-offered with a £60 million plus £5 million in add-ons from Chelsea. This is from David Ornstein, who says that the deal is getting closer. Mason Mount looking like he's going to be a Manchester United player this summer. I'd be happy with the signing. I think he's probably worth, with 1 year left on his contract, 45 million. They are selling him to a rival. Maybe they're going to get a little bit more. I wouldn't be surprised if we settled on around 50 million up front with some add-ons or something. And again, given the fact that we're taking a young academy talent away from Chelsea, you can probably expect that, although you would have hoped to spend a little bit less. If we can bring in Mason Mount, a striker, another midfielder, maybe a centre-back, then that would leave us in a real good position. And then if you're getting rid of a few other players, maybe you're bringing in one or two more squad players, like a right back or something like that. But if we can put ourselves in that position, Mount and another midfielder, a striker, a centre-back. Oh yeah, we need a goalkeeper. This list just keeps getting bigger, doesn't it? Probably not going to tick all those boxes this summer, which means you have to try and get some important ones sorted. Get that midfield sorted. Get that striking position sorted. And get a goalkeeper. I'd take not getting a centre-back if we got another goalkeeper, although you need another centre-back really, don't you? Because if one injury happens, you've got Varane, Martinez, Lindelof. If Maguire leaves, for example, you're not in good shape, so you do need a centre-back. We need to make about 5 or 6 signings. We need to get a move on. Anyway, thank you for watching. Make sure you're keeping it locked. Hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, share. We'll be back with much, much more soon. See you in a bit.